Welcome to Elks 101. Another episode of Elks Central, breaking this one down.
Reagan, touchdown Edmonton! Fajardo, Dunbar, back on top go the Elks!
Okay, welcome in. Episode of Elks Central. What's the date today? The 30th? Yep. It's January 30th. It is getting late. My goodness. Declan, Eddie, Rick here with you for this one, joined off the hop by a very special guest, former Farmington Tiger, former South Dakota Coyote, former Dallas Cowboy, current and future Edmonton Elk. I think that's important part of it. Brock Mogensen. Brock, man, thank you so much for joining us. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me on. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great, man. Now, before we get into kind of the football journey, there was one thing I wanted to ask you. So I was looking back at your old Twitter, or at your Twitter, I should say, and you had your high school record for cleans at 341 pounds. Do you know if that record still stands?
I think it does, but I don't know how official it is because we kind of did, it wasn't really a 1 rep max, so I did 5 or 6 reps of whatever I had on there, but I think it does still stand as estimated max, so yeah.
Now, did you have the squat record as well? Because I was also reading your sister, who's a basketball player. She out-squatted the entire, I don't know if it was her senior season, but she out-squatted the entire men's basketball team as well.
Yeah, I don't have the squat record. That's more her area, but yeah, she's strong too.
Man,
where are you from, Brock? What high school did you go to?
Farmington High School in Farmington, Minnesota.
Farmington, Minnesota. Okay.
Yep. Is that a 2A school?
No, we were 6A, so
wow.
We were like the highest class in Minnesota. Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about your college journey before we get into the pro game here. Like, you obviously end up going playing FCS at South Dakota, first team All-American, Missouri Valley Conference Defensive Player of the Year. You were a 2-star recruit coming out of high school. Like, growing up in Minnesota, did you want to be a Gopher? Like, was that your number one aspiration? Was it the team you grew up watching? Like, how did it come to be that you ended up at South Dakota?
So yeah, I did want to go to Minnesota. I really thought about Iowa too. I mean, those were the 2 schools I really wanted to go to, but wasn't really heavily recruited to those schools or any schools really. So like my first offer came going into my senior year from a Division II team, Winona State. And then I kind of waited a little bit, went to a team camp at South Dakota, and they ended up offering me. And then I guess backstory to that, I went to a individual camp going into my junior year. I didn't get invited, but I was like, I might as well get my name out there. Went to Vermilion, where USD is, and then I was like, oh, man, if they offered me, I love the place, but no coaches knew who I was. So then, yeah, fast forward to the next year, went to team camp. They offered me. They were my first and only Division I offer, and I ended up committing 2 weeks later. So it's kind of how I ended up there.
So had you been to Vermilion before that? Like, did you know anything about the town? Did you go to the state?
Really.
Maybe that's a better question even.
Not too much about the state. So my grandparents live only 30 minutes south of Vermilion, so in Iowa, because Vermilion's like kind of on that edge there. So yeah, I just went there going to my junior year just for the camp, and small town, and I mean it's a nice little college town, so I just kind of fell in love with it when I went down there, and then they ended up offering me, and I was like, yeah, this is the place for me for sure.
So what's it like playing in the Dakota Dome? Because for anyone who doesn't know, it's kind of a different type of football field. Like, it's a dome, but essentially like the end zones go right into walls, right? So it's like it's almost set up kind of like, I don't know, like an arena football league maybe is like a better way to describe it. Yeah. Like, what was it like playing there? Like, how did it kind of like, what was your just first thought when you saw it?
I loved it. I mean, obviously you're in South Dakota, so it gets cold there. Pretty flat, so I mean the wind can get pretty heavy too. So I love the dome. No matter how many fans we had in there, it was always loud because it was a little smaller. And then we did have some interesting turf. It was like AstroTurf from like old school baseball kind of days. So it was fun to play on. Made you definitely feel faster when you played. But I loved it. And then going to my junior year, they renovated our locker room, and it was super nice, and kind of did some stuff to the dome while I was there. And yeah, it ended up super nice. So I loved all of it.
So then, Brock, moving forward throughout the process, did you get a look to get to the combine, or how did you come about to get your opportunity in the NFL?
No combine invite. I ended up going to a small kind of like all-star game called the CGS down in Texas. Kind of had a couple interviews down there. I actually interviewed with Winnipeg too down there. But yeah, just kind of talked to teams. Dallas hadn't really talked to me, and then the Thursday the draft started, I was driving home from training. A scout called me, and I was like, yeah, maybe they'll be it. And then kind of like college, the last day of the draft, they were like the only team to call me to go undrafted, and I was like, this is the call, I guess. I mean, I've always had just at least one opportunity, so I took it and yeah, made the most of it.
What was the conversations with Winnipeg? Do you remember who it was you spoke with, and what they tell you?
I don't remember who it was, but we just talked, and then they asked if I knew any players in the CFL. Well, I knew Chris Drevler because he was kind of a legend at South Dakota.
Yeah.
And then they just kind of laughed about it, and they were like, "Well, at least you know him." But yeah, it was a good conversation. Just talked to them for a little bit, and they were like my last interview, so it was fun.
Cool.
So like growing up in Minnesota, you know, obviously pretty far north, South Dakota, pretty far north there as well. Like, did you have much knowledge of the CFL and kind of what the game was? Like, did you ever think like, hey, this might be a possibility for my pro career? Or were you a little bit more streamlined with the NFL?
Oh yeah, you know, I had followed it, and I was like, it'd be fun to play in because I had talked to my dad about it after I got signed to Edmonton. He was like, "Gosh, like I grew up. That was like what we watched was the CFL. Obviously, they watched NFL, but a lot of his college teammates played in the CFL. So just kind of through them, and I mean, yeah, I'd throw it on because you know it's the seasons from June to November or whatever. So in the off season, it was like, well, I'm gonna watch football, and I mean, at the end of the day, it's football. So I enjoyed watching it. Bigger field, it's a fast game, and that's what I love about it.
So go ahead.
Well, I was just really quickly, Jack. I was going to say, fellas, and I'm a little bit older than both of you cats, but you may not even believe it. And this is a bit before my time, but the CFL was king before, like in the past, over NFL.
Yeah.
Like it used to pay more. Like that was the desirable league to play in.
Like way back in the day.
Like not even crazy back, like in the 80s, 90s, early 90s. Like NFL wasn't paying until late 90s. And then it just took over. Now it just rules.
No, it's, yeah,
dude,
dude.
it used to be king.
Yeah, it's like Goodell talking about like, yeah, we're not competing with the NBA and the MLB. We're competing with Google and Amazon. And you're like, ooh, put that on a T-shirt. Like that's a pretty tough quote. But so what was the conversation like with your agent after that last release by Dallas? Because I think it was in April, and then by like end of May, you're signed with the Elks. So how did that kind of all go down?
Yeah, so I ended up getting cut released after the draft of last year. So I kind of came home. We were talking. We were like, hey, kind of what opportunities are open. I just kind of said everything. So at first it was a UFL team reached out and wanted me to go there, but it was kind of the end of their season.
Mm-hmm.
So they ended up not taking me, and then I was home training for 3 weeks, and then on my off day, it was a Wednesday, he texted me, hey, do you have a passport? And like kind of right then I knew. I was like, oh, yep, I got a passport, and I figured it was CFL, so that's kind of how I found out, and yeah.
Do you know how they became interested in you? Was it like college game tape? Was it like like word of mouth from one? Like how did it go about in that sense?
I think college tape, but my agent also knows our assistant GM. Gosh, I'm blanking on his name. Gosh,
this is something we should know too. So we also blanked on his name. To be fair,
this is bad of me. This is bad of me.
And then who would an assistant GM be?
Oh no. Sorry. He's the Canadian scout.
It used to be a guy when I wouldn't know who it is.
Yeah.
Rob. It was a Rob when I was around, but he's not around.
Yeah, Brock, we're cutting all this anyway. Don't even worry, man.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
So my agent knew him, so my agent kind of reached out to him, and then he reached out to me, and that's kind of how it all clicked, and ended up getting an opportunity up there.
So when you came to Edmonton, did you kind of know what the position looked like with the team? Like you knew Niles had a great couple of years, an extended period of years playing the position. Nick had just been the team's Rookie of the Year nominee, Defensive Rookie of the Year nominee. Like, did you know? Joel was a first overall pick. Like, did you know kind of what the lay of the land was like at the position?
Yeah, for sure. Like my agent called me. He was like, "Hey, they have dudes there, but just go compete for a spot." And he was like, kind of hopefully start on special teams, make a name for yourself, and that's what kind of happened. But yeah, I mean, he kind of ran me back through everything, and he knew I'd have to go and compete. And I mean, it's always a competition when you're playing. So yeah, I kind of knew it, but I mean, those guys were great too. I mean, I love playing with them, love meeting with them and everything. So yeah, it was fun.
What was some of the challenges early on in the season when you were maybe buried on the depth chart, seeing these guys ball out? How did you maintain your focus? Because it was only a matter of time until you got your opportunity. We know it. You took it and ran with it. But how did you stay focused and locked in when you were buried on the depth chart?
Just kind of that next man up mentality kind of thought. Every day when I was on the practice roster at first, I mean, I was still watching film every day, still going through practice. I mean, I'm pretty hard on myself, so in practice, if I screwed something up, I was frustrated at myself because I didn't do it right, obviously. But yeah, just continue to watch film every day, and I mean, that's kind of what I'd done my whole career. My first year at South Dakota, I didn't play, but I mean, every day, every week, I was in the obviously in film, but in the scouting report of the team and stuff, just in case something would happen. And that's kind of just how I kept myself going every day.
One thing like JJ had mentioned when we talked to him is like, because he obviously, he started on the practice squad, kind of worked his way into the starting lineups and balled out. But he had said like, Coach Killam and JC, they had conversations with him like, just keep working, your time will come. Obviously, that's the coach's role, but it may be, kind of singular to some players more than others. Like, were those conversations had with Coach Killam and with JC as well for you?
Yeah, for sure. It was just every day, just keep working. Your opportunity's going to come, even on sidelines before games. I mean, when I was sitting there, they'd come sit next to me and say, "Hey, just be ready for your opportunity. You never know when it's going to come." And yeah, it's pretty cool. I actually live with JJ, so we kind of
Oh,
talked
no
about
way.
it a little
Okay.
bit. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, we were roommates, so yeah, it's really cool.
What was one of the biggest surprises for you coming to the CFL that you just didn't expect or weren't prepared for the game?
I would say the field right away was just huge.
Yeah.
So like the amount of ground you have to cover. I mean, now coming back to the States and like going on uh, a field in the United States, it's like, wow, this is a tiny field. Like,
Tiny.
so I'd say that was the biggest difference. I lost a little weight just to be able to, I mean, move sideline to sideline because it's so big. But I mean, I loved it because the field's big. It's a fast game, and I mean, things happen fast, so you gotta be ready to react and stuff. So.
Yeah, I was gonna ask like similarly, like Eddie kind of touched on it, like welcome to the league moment. But did you have a moment as well where you're like, okay, like I'm here, I've arrived, like I belong, I'm ready to take over, kind of thing?
I would probably say the first game I played, it was on special teams. I ran down and made a tackle, and that kind of like got me excited. I was like, okay, like ready to roll. Because I mean, I hadn't played in a game in so long since my senior year in college because I didn't play in Dallas or whatever, except preseason games or whatever. But just
Picked off
minimum.
Stetson Bennett, Georgia
Yeah,
national champ, Stetson Bennett. That's
yeah,
one for the yeah.
yeah. But yeah, getting in that like actual live action of yeah, that was pretty cool when I ran down there on kickoff.
Have you ever in your career had an interception easier than the one you had against Saskatchewan? Unless I'm totally misremembering the play, but I just remember it as an absolute floater, and next thing I know, it's in your hands.
It might have been the one against Stetson Bennett. He just kind of threw it to me. I mean, I wasn't expecting it, and yeah, just threw it straight to me. So
Can't
I guess
game
right,
hand in the NFL, buddy.
yeah, right place, right time.
Yeah. What were your kind of initial thoughts, like just getting to Edmonton and getting to the city? Like, I mean, I assume by now you've had a chance to kind of, look around, but getting a tour of the city, if you want to use that word, just being in the city, like what were your kind of first thoughts about it?
I was excited because right away when my agent called and said Edmonton wants you to go, I mean, got right on my phone. I was like, all right, let's look up the city of Edmonton, and
Things
it's
to
been
do
really
in
cool.
Edmonton.
What's that?
Like Googling things to do in Edmonton.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
the city and stuff. So I was like, yeah, it's really cool. And then driving in, you're crossing the bridge and stuff. But yeah, I got to see a lot of the city. My aunt and uncle came down for a game one weekend, and we kind of explored a little bit. So that was a lot of fun just to see other parts. Like I went, what is it, south of the river by the university. Got to see down there. So yeah, it was really cool. A lot of nice golf courses too.
Yep.
Yes, there are. You like to get out and swing the sticks?
I do.
Were you
Not
able
very
to?
good, but I like to.
It's all good. At least you're getting out. Were you able to play during the season at all?
Oh yeah, off days we went out. I would probably say like 7 or 8 of our off days.
Nice, good for you. Where would you play at the ranch or what?
We played there once at the end of the season, but we played Victoria quite a bit. Gosh, I'm blanking on Millwoods. We played there probably like 4 or 5 times. That's a pretty nice course. Easier for a guy like me.
For sure.
But yeah, just kind of the local course around there. Didn't go too far.
Good for you boys. Good for you boys. So with the competition that's going to be at camp, obviously we know, and we've spoken about many a times on this program, how strong the linebacker group is. And it's very interesting because I played with JC. I won a Grey Cup with JC. Hell of a player, hell of a teammate. And there's no denying, in my opinion, that the reason the linebacker group is probably one of the best position groups on this team is because they're coached by JC. It's going to be you, Nick Anderson, and Joel coming into camp as the main dogs. Do you anticipate there being some sort of rotation at all between the position, or do you think it's just going to be every man fend for themselves and let the best players play?
I mean, it'll be a coach's decision and everything, but yeah, I think it's gonna be a competition. It'll be fun because we all talk to each other and stuff, and we're all cool with each other, buddies and stuff. But yeah, it'll be a good competition to go out there and compete during camp, kind of see how it shakes out. But yeah, at the end of the day, I think it'll be coach's decision on if it's rotation or two guys out there or whatever. But I'm just excited to get out there and compete with those two guys because they're great guys, they're great football players, great leaders. So I'm excited for it.
Did you guys rotate at all last year?
Here and there, not a whole lot. Like Niles and Nick started off the year, and then unfortunately they went down to injuries. But then Joel ended up playing, and then Niles went down, so then I did. But not a whole lot. They talked about it. I mean, if guys needed breathers and stuff, they weren't afraid to put guys in. So that's kind of how it was last year.
And is there a position that you prefer, Mac or Will?
Doesn't really matter to me. I mean, different drops in a sense, I'd say, but I mean, I wouldn't say I'm more comfortable, but I like playing in the box, just tackle, but yeah, I mean, any position, anywhere I could play.
He wants to be a Mac.
Yeah. well, one thing I kind of I talk about it a lot here, and I don't think it's really feasible because it doesn't, really fit the personnel. It doesn't really fit JC's system. But I asked JC this as well. Do you and Joel and Nick, and then obviously Chael and whoever's playing the Sam, do you guys go to JC and be like, hey, we're all pretty good. How about a 34 base?
I don't think we ever talked to him because we got good D linemen that can do that too. Noah Taylor would pop out and play a linebacker.
You guys got a lot of them too, right?
Yeah. So I mean, a lot of guys are versatile on the defense. So I mean, you can do a lot of stuff. You could throw a D lineman at linebacker and vice versa and everything. So never really had the conversation with him about that, but.
Yeah, interesting. What about? Would you ever want to obviously the Sam? You got to. It's you're definitely you're more built like a Mac or a Will. Would you ever? Does that interest you at all? And again, Cordell and Chaelin and Kenny, they were all really strong playing that Sam spot. But is that a position that interests you at all?
It could. I mean, it's more of a cover spot, so
yeah.
Maybe a little more shaky there. But we did have a package last year. I mean, kind of short yardage where we'd have three linebackers on the field. But I mean. Especially man covers might be a little different because sometimes teams put a slot there, but if it was that
waggle comes quick.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put it past them, but I mean, there's probably guys who can maybe cover a little better than me and have experience with it. So,
another one I want to ask is what the conversation, what it was like, and what went into that extension that got signed. How did that all come about? How easy was the negotiation? What was the conversation with Ed like? How much of it, for you was an internal decision? I want to be here for the next couple of years.
My agent had texted me right after the season. Obviously, they said they wanted me back in our exit interviews. So I was talking to my agent pretty closely, and we kind of talked out the contract. But he was the one that kind of mainly did the contract talks, and he would kind of text me about it. But I told him, I was like, I want to be there. I mean, I love the coaching staff. I love the guys that are there. I mean, it's a great team feel. And so yeah, he knew I wanted to stay there. And yeah, we just kind of texted back and forth. He's like, hey, they're doing this and this. I was like, perfect. I mean, any way to get me back up there. So I was excited for it. And I think he's excited for it too.
So you have a fiance, right?
I do, yep.
And she's not up here with you?
She's not yet, nope.
Are there plans for her to come up in the next couple of years? Or because is she in South Dakota still? Is that where you are right now?
No, I'm in Minnesota, but she works in Omaha, Nebraska.
Of course. Yeah, of course. My bad.
Yep. But yeah, she works in Omaha, Nebraska. So we're actually getting married July 11th because I proposed after the season in Dallas, thinking I'd go back. So that's the off season. But so we play the 9th. So hoping to play in that game, fly back, get married, and then fly back the next week. But I think our plan is hopefully she can move up there maybe August we've talked about, but kind of depends on our job and stuff. But
no, of course.
Have you already talked about that with the coaching staff?
I have, yep. In my exit interviews, I told them, I was like,
then. Hey. You're well in the clear then. If you're that far out, you're not just springing it on anybody, that's fine.
Yeah.
Did any of the Elks teammates get the invite? I know invitations probably would have went out a little bit before, but did any of them get the call?
Not yet. We sent out the save the dates. We haven't sent out like the
Okay.
RSVPs
Okay.
yet, so we'll
All right.
kind of see. Yeah, venue's a little smaller, so we got to see how much room we got.
Okay. All right.
So, Brock, as we're entering the month of February, the meat and potatoes of the off season here, just on a random Tuesday morning, wake up and walk us through a day in the life for Brock Mogensen.
Yeah, I guess Tuesday mornings right now would be get up about 7:15, 7:30, drive up to St. Louis Park, is where I train, and then we either run or lift first. But right now I'm helping with they do combine like pro day guys here, so I'm helping out with the linebackers and some of the D linemen here. So yeah, get up then, start training at 9, train those guys at about 11:30, and then get home about 1:30 or 2, and then I volunteer coach for my brother's basketball team. So depending on the day, I might have to go coach there from 3 to 4:45, and then home, and that's kind of the day right there.
I'd read in a Q&A you did, I think it was before the draft, that you, if it wasn't football you would have played baseball. Was that
Yep.
like that was your second best sport?
Yeah, I mean, basketball was fun for me. Sometimes it's hard to put the ball in the hoop, but I mean, I played hard defense. I rebounded, but yeah, baseball was just
no doubt. Yeah. You always know when a football player's hooping.
Oh,
always.
Yeah.
We're gonna get the effort. We're gonna be rebounding for you.
Yep.
You got 18 rebounds and are 1 for 17 from the field. Every football player ever.
Yep. Yeah, you get 5 fouls, you might as well use them all too while you're out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, baseball was more of like my fun kind of relaxed sport, and I really enjoyed it. So that's why that would have been my second pick.
Interesting. I guess I just kind of have a couple more like real rapid fire ones for you here. I don't know if Eddie has some stuff he wants to get to as well. Who's the toughest player for you to tackle this year?
Brady Oliveira.
Yep. Okay. Good answer. Yeah, that makes sense. That tracks.
So what is it about Brady? I know Brady really well. I actually started training him in Winnipeg when he was in grade 9. So we go way back. What is it about him? Is it just he's so strong?
Yeah, I mean, he's just a strong, big back. I mean, you don't really see many. I mean, some of them are like in the States, but like a lot of the running backs in the CFL tend to be more of kind of stronger. I mean, thicker. They're just built like more kind of like linebacker-ish, you know. So there's bigger guys to tackle and a little harder. So that's why I think it's a little tougher to tackle him.
Mm-hmm.
They have a pretty good O-line coming downhill at you too.
Yep. Oh yeah, they're some big boys.
What I know you talked about the golf courses here in Edmonton, but do you have like a favorite kind of underrated gem of the city?
Favorite Wayback Burger.
Okay, I like that on 124th Street. I think they got a couple of them.
I don't know. I just Uber Eats it, but found it once and I loved it.
Do you have a favorite play from this past season? Favorite play of your own?
Probably when I forced the fumble against Sask. I mean, we do a lot of punch, like obviously the forced fumble punch drills, and I mean it's just kind of feels good when you can, I mean, land a punch on a ball and get it out. So that was probably the highlight play, I'd say.
I actually do have one more. In your senior season at South Dakota, you guys were unranked and you beat North Dakota State, I think on the road when they were number 2. Was that your favorite win of your career? Favorite game of your career?
Yeah, that was probably my favorite game. I mean, it was it was electric for us. I mean, not them, but yeah, that was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, awesome. Eddie, anything?
Lastly, just to close things out, how optimistic, especially the signing yesterday of Brinkman and Austin Mack, big offensive weapon. How optimistic leading into this season are you, and what do you think that this defense and this team will be able to accomplish?
Yeah, I'm super excited. I mean, coming into camp, hopefully we can just continue to build on last year. A lot of the coaching staff is back, so probably a lot of the same details are going to be in there, and hopefully we can just hit the ground running right away in camp and just kind of left off where we did kind of the last half of last season and just take it from there. So I'm super excited for it.
Well, Brock, man, this has been awesome. Thank you so much for your time. We really, really appreciate it. Hope to get a chance to talk to you as the offseason continues into next season. But like I said, man, this has been awesome. Really appreciate you doing this with us.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. Brock Mogensen, Missouri Valley Conference legend. First team All MVC Defensive Player of the Year. First team All American FCS too, actually. Tough spot to.
I love for South Dakota. My dad was a Jackrabbit.
Really?
Yeah.
South Dakota State.
Yeah, State.
Ooh.
Yeah, free state.
I don't think I knew that, man.
Leroy Steele.
My grandpa played college basketball at U of S. Cool. I don't have any. My dad didn't play college ball, nor did I.
Still, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a little something. My grandpa on my other side, my other grandpa, he was an Olympic alternate for the hurdles. So that's, there's some bloodline. Yeah, there's a little bit there.
What's happening, Ricky? I see you.
What's going on over here?
I see you pulling that mic down.
Yeah, I was trying to stay out of the way for the interviews there. Sit back and watch and listen.
You had something
no, nothing specific yet.
Chest.
Oh, I do have something I want to ask you. And there's tons of Elks news. Like we got a lot of Javon Leak signing, who Rick told us about. I hadn't even seen that. Rick dropped that one on us. Austin Mack, that was a big one. Article up now at elksnation.ca. Jared Brink, like there's a lot to talk about. I want to save most of it for Elks 101 because it's such, it's an hour's worth of content. We'll touch on it a little here. But one thing I wanted to ask you post Brock, both of you guys, if you're building your front seven right now today, January 30th for next season, build me that front seven.
Right now.
Okay.
Well, I think it is built, isn't it?
Well, it'll be Brinkman and Taylor, Noah Taylor. Who's going to be our other D tackle, other DN? That's up for debate.
That's what I'm saying. That's why. Okay.
But those two right now for sure on my team are starters. Linebackers.
It's tough, right?
Nick's got to be there.
Nick is definitely in. Joel's in.
It's those two got to earn it. Joel or Brock got to earn it.
Yep. I feel like
giving Nick a spot to start though. Just
I agree.
And Joel, and if you're just penciling in right now, Joel probably gets the other spot just right now. Right before we get to the field, before anything comes back from the offseason.
Why too? Probably Rick is politics. First overall pick.
Oh, 100%.
So you're gonna get that favor,
dude. And the other
politics behind.
Well, the other thing is like fake Canadian, so it helps the ratio out.
Valid, right?
Not
even thinking that.
Yeah, like I was trying to ask bro, and like he's not really fit for the Sam. He knows that, but I was asking him like, would you? And he said no without saying no. He was like, I don't want to do that.
His first thing out of his mouth was, well, it's a cover position.
Yeah.
He ain't no cover guy.
Yeah.
He knows his role.
So Rick, what would yours be? Like if you had to go through just the front seven and build it right now, like you're Ed and Coach Killam combined, you're setting it right now for the start of the season.
I don't know if he can really argue too much what Eddie put out there right now. I mean, I think it's kind of whatever was the hottest at the end of the year. And then somebody like Joel kind of gets the penciled in spot right now because of where he comes from in the first overall and whatnot. But at the end of the day, we're bringing guys in to compete, right? So I think right now it's relatively easy to pencil, but you're using a pencil, not a pen, right? You're erasing things. Things can get changed easily first day of camp.
I like that. That is a good line. We got some t-shirt lines today.
We'll keep those.
Because I think because I was thinking about this during the interview. Because again, like you guys know me, like I'm really high on the 34 base. Like
you're trying to get them all the backers.
Everyone, bro. I've talked to everyone about it. Even though, like, I think the team is far more built for a 4-3 schematic. The CFL is built for a 4-3. I do like how
you're steadfast on that. You do talk to everyone about it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Dude, but it's almost like it's getting to a point where it's like guy who just learned what base defenses are. Do you want to run a 34? Like it sounds like it, right?
But I laugh because you have way more knowledge than that. But yeah, because you don't see it often.
Yeah. So I think if I had to set it right now, my 2 D tackles, I agree. Brinkman, of all the big time signings from last offseason, Brinkman was the most productive. So I'm putting Jared as one of my defensive tackles. I'm putting Jalen Williams as the other. I think there's a lot of
going to camp.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of raw talent there. I liked what we saw, coming in late into the season. Yeah.
Jalen as the 3 tech.
Yeah. And then my edges, Noah Taylor. Noah Curtis had such a great 2024, but you missed an entire season injury. I'm not penciling you, and you got to see. You have to see. So I don't know. Like I think it might be Robbie, and it might be political because of the price tag.
Like, I was going to say right now you have to consider him in the starters just because of price tag.
Like I kind of forgot about Robbie.
Yeah.
Price tag says he's penciled in as a starter right now.
No, for sure he's penciled in.
I think so, right?
But as we even saw last year coming off his injury, that's only a pencil.
Well, at the end of it is only a pencil because the end of last season when he was healthy, Brandon Barlow and Noah Taylor, they were the edges, and Robbie Smith was second on the depth chart behind Noah Taylor. But again, like you come in with that price tag,
you have to play them.
You got it, exactly. Yeah, you have to. Like there, and then I guess I'll do my linebackers here quickly before I get to the next point about salary. And I've thought about it a lot. I think I'm going Nick at the Mac, but kind of a short leash. Not anything against Nick, because his talent, like how many times last season when they were started the season 1-4 and the defense was like the worst we've ever seen, where we were saying we're not talking about Nick and Niles, and Nick was doing all that at the will as well. Like the talent is there. But and they say you can't lose your job to injury, but the fact is, he was injured, he missed time, and Brock played really, really, really well, like really, really well. So I am putting Nick at that Mac, but I'm putting Nick on a short leash with Brock right there. Joel at the will. And then again, the Sam, it's so different from those two. I think I probably like the thing is I like Cordell best at the Sam, but I'd put Chalen there because I want Cordell to play. Oh. I want him to probably play boundary half. Yeah.
Interesting.
Either way, you're talking depth, right? If you're sitting here and you guys don't have the exact same answers, however, each player you guys are coming up with can be starters. All I hear is that we have depth and we're going to be rotating these guys to keep them fresh. And this is going to be a very, very fresh defense. It's going to be bringing a lot of heat.
Yeah, I totally agree.
One thing that Brock really has that's unique out of the other two linebackers, unique from the other two linebackers, is he's a little taller and longer and better off for doing those deeper CFL type drops.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Nick's short, man.
Nick's short, and Joel's not the tallest either.
No.
So, and Brock is a little more wirier, a little longer.
I gotta look up Nick's height. I want to see what his listed height is.
What the listed height is?
Because I'll tell you what his real height is in a sec. But
so, yeah, that's why I really like Brock and think his game is suited.
Nick Anderson's 5'11".
That's we always know that's generous.
No, he's 5'9" in cleats.
Yeah. Elmondo Sewell, who's shorter than me, and I'm 6'2" on a good day, was listed at 6'4".
Yeah, no, like you talk to Nick after the games, he was like noticeably shorter than me.
Yeah.
And I'm about 5'10".
Yeah.
So yeah. But now I'm starting to wonder if he had his cleats off or not. But even still, yeah. I don't know. It's good. It is like, and the other thing about, pro football is like, this is a blood sport. Like, it's a violent game. People are going to get hurt. Like, roles are going to need to be filled. And to Rick's point, like it's such a luxury to have all of that depth. You know what I mean? Like, and there is a lot of depth and a lot of talent all the way through, like at every level.
Okay. On the spot. And I couldn't answer this, but maybe you can. You're a better man than me.
Doubt that.
Your starting 5 receivers.
Man.
Talking about depth now, baby.
One is
easy. Yeah.
One just got here.
Is that our one right now? Is he him?
Yeah, I think.
Is he him?
100%.
I think Austin Mack. So if I'm doing it, I guess my 2 slots would be
a heavy roster to throw at you right now, off the top of the head too.
I guess my 2 slots would be I'd have Austin and Steven. I'd have Curly as one wide out.
Curly going to come back though. Say, is Curly in? I don't think Curly's in the mix.
Okay, so let's take him out. I'm putting Benjamin.
I think I read a report where Ed said some pretty things about Ed type comments about Curly's not going to be here.
All right, I can roll with that. Well, in that case,
I might be going crazy, but I think I read something.
Well, you did say yesterday that there's a good chance Dunbar's not back.
Oh my days, that was one of my starting slots, and I like Steven as a number 2 or 3.
Be up there.
I'll put Ben Victor and I'll put OJ as my wideouts. I like those guys; they can both high point a ball. I like that.
OJ.
Oh yeah, OJ. Yeah, he's one of them. My slots. Okay, so I guess.
Brought back.
Well, Mathis is going to be in there for me. I like Mathis' his game a lot.
And
Kaon.
Yep. Julian Grant.
Oh man, I kind of forgot about Kaon. I like Kaon.
You know what?
And Cody likes Kaon.
Cody likes him. Cody likes Mac. One thing about all these 5 guys that we just listed here, they're all big.
Yeah.
None of them are like real burners, but they're big bodies.
Austin Mack, like he's not the tallest, but because I wrote about this in my article. Like he has a really good catch radius, but I still don't think of him as a guy who just goes and high points it. But he uses his body incredibly well. Like he's got a thick frame, like he's really strong. He shields defenders well. Ed said this as well on Jason's show yesterday. It was like, and everything he was saying about how he uses his body is really true. And like if you go back and watch some of Austin's highlights, like this guy's got really good hands, like better hands than I remember throughout the season. Yes, he does. Absolutely, he does. So I don't know, like it's a great question because maybe I've been high almost to a fault on OJ and Benjamin. but I'm just like I've fallen like Benjamin. They're both of their sizes, and like Benjamin, he was a guy. He had like a little bit of flash to him almost. Like he had a little bit of like okay, like go off, man.
And he
like,
could he'll catch a hitch and turn it into 15.
He's got
17.
a little bit of a plan and go.
Yeah,
Like he's
for being a long guy.
and he's long and skinny. Like but I liked what I saw from him. So I guess it's tough to. I didn't like Steven. I like Steven. I didn't.
Steven's gone. I think Curly's gone.
If Steven and Curly are gone, it makes it easy. Then you're 5. I think Benjamin, OJ, Austin, Mathis, and Kaon. But I also wanted to give a shout out, and he's in a tough spot. Jalen Calhoun, who came in the last game of the year, he played really, really well. Like I was really impressed with what he did. Oh man, Arkell, he was a guy early in the season who we
kept getting hit so hard.
Arkell is a UFA right now, so they got to sign him first.
Yeah. Man.
Rick, can you drop some names on us there if you got a
I'm kind of looking in front of me here. I feel like Hilaire was okay last year.
I like OJ.
Yeah, like honestly, it's going to be a little bit of new faces, especially if you're talking Dunbar. I mean, he was only here for 1 year, but he'd been here on a stint before that for 2 or something like that.
Has the funniest, like goes to like Hamilton, doesn't play well, comes to Edmonton, plays well, goes to Hamilton, doesn't play well.
This is home for him, right? Yeah. Curly, I mean, if he's gone, he's out of your. I don't know, man. Kaon's still around.
Yeah, there's some big bodies, man.
Yeah,
some big bodies.
Yo, it's a nice spot to be in.
And that's what I was gonna look at. Pull up my phone to look at.
We have one guy 6'5".
So come Monday on the 2nd, I believe we will know the fate of Trey Ford as well. My goodness, content out the wazoo. I've
written an article.
Ooh.
Just gotta send it to the editor about what we all think is gonna happen. Actually, I gotta finish. I gotta touch it up. But yeah, I don't like. I was watching some of the clips we put out. Like I feel like it's. I feel like I'm one of the Persians against the Romans, like just the 300. Like it's me standing tall against the world defending Trey Ford.
Stop. You're in the same boat.
No, like here's the it was when it's bad, it's bad.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna sugarcoat, and he just doesn't have the touch on like any throw. Like Cody can't really throw deep, but Cody has touch. Like Trey just doesn't have touch on any throw. Unfortunately,
he's the quarterback crucifier.
Yeah, right.
No man, I stand 10 toes down defending this guy. I said you Alex, I said Eddie, he can still play in the league, and you're like, I don't know.
You're the only one with a visual clip of mimicking Cody Fajardo throwing deep.
Yeah, it's true. I did it well. But here's the thing, like Cody knows. I'm not saying anything, I'm not saying anything he doesn't know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think there's only one outcome. And again, if you can read between the lines with what Ed Hervey said in a recent interview, I think we know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's unfortunate. And I like the idea of BC as a landing spot. It's the one that makes most sense when you obviously factor in the ratio.
It does, but then you factor this in. So
you think about the play style, and it's wildly different.
Yeah, play style. It's going to be a cheaper contract, but more expensive to live.
Yeah, I know.
Further west.
Yeah.
Do you want to do that? Do you really want to go and say it's even 120? Do you want to go push your family further west when you have kids? Rent, living so much more expensive out there.
You don't think you'd actually move though, would he? I mean, he's got so much going on here. Wouldn't this be a thing where it's like, okay, well, you guys stay here. Obviously, we're only an hour flight away.
Yeah, when you have kids, man, it's all different. Some people like to be together for the season.
There's a family here? Outside of obviously his brothers here, but parents, family.
Yeah, I believe he's
not parents. No, parents are back in Ontario.
His kids.
Yeah.
Wife and kid or kids.
So what year are you talking the R word?
Man, I can't speak on a man's career like that, but
not yet. There'd be.
That's why I agree, Rick. I totally agree.
I'm just saying, being on the other side and having made those moves as a family man, sometimes the money is just not worth it for even a couple of extra bucks.
Yeah, that's certainly a factor. But I just my thing. I can't. You're too talented to be out of the league after 4 years, being a first round pick. I know things haven't gone that great record wise as a starter. I know, some of the tape isn't that great, but
He didn't exactly have a great offensive line in front of him when he was playing too, right? He didn't have a great team, and when he got all of his opportunities here, we were not at our best. Is there an opportunity somewhere else where he has a better team in front of him that he has better results? Maybe, but
that's a fair point.
Ultimately, he's not going to get a starting spot anywhere. I don't think.
No.
He might get put in a place where it's a 1A, 1B, and then you got to go out there and win it, and you win it through camp. Who knows?
I don't even think there's that.
But it's like
hearing like Farhan Lalji from TSN has openly said like there's not a huge appetite for the guy. There never really has been.
Mm-hmm.
The people in this market clamor for it because they've seen and believe, but outside of the market, there's never been a huge appetite. There really hasn't. And again, I hope the best. I want to see him go somewhere and ball, but.
It's going to have to be a head coach or an OC that says, you know what, I can do some of that. Bring this over here.
Well, let me ask you guys this. Which team, more specifically, which quarterback do you think he could back up that he could come in a game conceivably and it's the most seamless fit?
Ottawa. For some reason, Ottawa is the team that pops out to me.
The mobility, I would say, is BC.
But Ottawa's already got they got Drew and Dustin and Matt. They got a long list of guys. I kind of agree though. Like
Hamilton. I don't know. I just think a team in the East.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that as well. But it's just like that's the thing. Like I look at personnel, it's like okay, Bo Levi breaks his leg.
What about Davis Alexander?
I see.
Backup?
That's MBT. Yeah, and I think Trey's way better than MBT.
But then
you're looking at a guy who's
talking about that online. That's funny. Someone brought up MBT's record as a starter and Trey's record as a starter last year, and MBT's was clearly better.
Well, I don't know. Like someone else pointed out when they were both on the same team, Trey's was better. There's something to be said for that as well.
I'm talking when they were on the same team.
Yeah, Trey's was when they were in Edmonton. Trey's was better.
No, MVT finished the season as the starter and put up big numbers.
Trey went 4-1 the year before.
Yeah, the year before, but I'm talking 24 now. Talking in 24.
Yeah, it was when Trey went 4-1.
Me and Gregor had that huge back and forth.
Yeah, that was best segment sports 1440 history.
That was literally shouting.
That was why we listen.
Shouting.
That's why we tune in.
But MBT's numbers were better than Trey at that point. That's my argument.
Davis actually is a guy I think he could kind of like. Davis is a mobile
similar, and then Jason Moss. He's a good teacher, quarterback guy.
Yeah,
I could see a Montreal.
I could see that.
I really could. Yeah,
I'm rooting for it.
Rooting for the best, but the players got to go out and do it, man.
Yeah,
that's all.
Absolutely they do.
Rooting for the best. And what else was there? There was something else that just popped in my mind. Oh yeah, Jake Serezna. He might be out of here too. There's been some underlying tones out there on social media and stuff.
Yeah, the man's healthy. I'll tell you that. Rick? I'll tell you, the man is healthy.
Man, that's okay.
Yeah,
the man's healthy and hungry.
That knee. Oh yeah. If you look at some of the weight he's moving right now, it's there's a lot of plates on that bar.
Yeah, there is. I see it.
The talent is like no question there with Jake, but
I still think it's down to two teams, and I think it's 50-50. I'd be interested to see what Ed offers. I think Ed probably really likes the player like that, on and off the field. Exact position he likes to fill up. Brought back pretty much everybody from last year.
Jake's the last one,
right? He's the only one.
And Jonathan Kongbo maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's
and I think Ed pretty much said yesterday Kongbo's pretty much gone.
I like Kongbo too. I like Kongbo.
If the money can be somewhat the same, I think you could see him end up back in green and gold.
Well,
I think we have a better opportunity of winning.
Here's a tough question for you. As a familiar party, would you pay him the same money if it was your money as a GM?
Yeah, based on, I don't know exactly how much is left and the holes that need to be filled and the money that needs to be spent right now, but based on last year's dollar amount, I would have brought him back. Yeah, because I do think just on and off the field he brings a lot, some tangible, some intangible. Those are important things to me. It keeps that locker room tight. This has always been like a family, right? Like you've got chat groups out there with guys that you played with 10 years ago, and the guys are no one born here. Everyone lives here. Like that's just like it's the Eskimo way, right? And I think that is one of the massive things they're trying to bring back. And I think that's one way you can do it.
So I get it. He'd bring him back the same tag. pretty much what Ed Hervey's doing with Robbie Smith.
Yeah.
I
You would
feel
like to maybe
I feel
make
you.
it a little bit lower base and then throw in some incentives in there.
Dude.
I don't know if that changes
I'm
anything.
cutthroat. Dex cut.
Yeah. 15K base. 15K base, 250K 15 sack incentive. I know you're playing.
15 sack.
I know you're playing for those 15
Man.
sacks.
Would you? Yeah, teams will get you 75 base and then all of these incentives.
What was
That's
the
whack.
what was the most you ever, like, in terms of a dollar amount, you ever had as incentives on a contract?
Well, everybody has the standard, like
Yeah.
you win MVP, you win. That's all the same 5G bonuses.
Yep.
Games played probably had 4 or 5K worth if you hit a certain target a game. Not a ton, man.
Yeah.
Not a ton of performance bonuses ever. You'd have.
Is that because the
I
team
wouldn't
didn't
get
offer or
sack
you didn't
clauses.
want?
No, I didn't want.
Yeah, that's
I don't
fine.
want
Yeah,
that,
no,
man.
like
No.
it's
Well,
completely.
that's always
unguaranteed.
a topic of conversation, right? So the fans out there, like, oh, just give them the incentive base. But the
Yeah,
players
no.
don't want that because if
Forget
you
that.
get
No,
hurt,
you get hurt. You
Oh,
there
don't
goes
know
the
your
money,
place.
and they might just release your ass
see,
too.
it's-
So there goes all your money.
It's not even that's a put like a, for sure. Like they could just cut your ass. It's not even if you get hurt. It's just like if you're in like a bad system.
Yeah,
Like if you're
totally.
playing with some.
And I've had that happen.
Yeah.
A couple
You
of
know?
times in a
Or even a
bad
good system, man. All of a sudden, okay, we'll bring you off the. Well, I needed one more. Well, no, you come off the field because another guy out
I was
there.
just going to say the coach controls your reps
Yeah.
to limit the money that the club has to pay out. Yeah, no, there was only a couple of non-negotiables. And again, that was the signing bonus.
Yeah.
And I learned this after going through a couple of contract negotiations. The signing bonus in housing. That was a non-negotiable. Get as much in housing as possible because housing is non-taxable. So, you try and get 15 to 20K in housing.
Were you a guy who just put the whole saving bonus into the account, let the interest run up on it?
Nah. The one time I got my biggest bonus, it was the off season as I was getting married. So man, that just paid for a wedding essentially
Where'd you guys get married?
in Winnipeg.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice venue though.
Nice
It would have been
venue.
at the venue equivalent to McDonald.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
you know
nice,
what I'm
nice.
saying?
Yeah.
That
nice,
one
nice,
in
nice.
Winnipeg.
How old were you when you got married?
27.
I say, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, 27. Man.
We're behind Rick. We're a little behind the Eddie path of life.
It's all good. Man.
All right.
You keep doing what you're doing and hiding out in that estate.
Yeah.
You're on the
It's
right
not-
path,
I was looking up the average income of that neighborhood.
next level.
Dude, it's way up there.
Next
Need a
level.
second job.
Oh, buddy, I need like
You need
second.
You need a few more pods. You got to get on the Nielsen track with the pods, man.
Oh my
bunch of
god,
different
bro!
pods.
I gotta go find a way to be a brain surgeon or something. Like that's the only way I'd pull, like a sports agent maybe. Rich Winter, he comes in on Jason's show every Wednesday.
What's he like?
I like Rich a lot. He's kind of like, I wouldn't quite use the word eccentric, but I would I feel like to be where he
Slick?
is.
Is he greasy feeling? Not
Definitely not
I'm
greasy.
Not gonna speak down.
No.
Just agents. I know.
Yeah, definitely
Just
not
talking
greasy.
real.
No. Like very, very, like I mean this wholeheartedly. Like very slick, but very much in the best way possible.
Okay.
Like you can tell he has like his athlete's best interest at heart, and I don't think you can say the same for every agent. Probably the majority of the agents. But he's a guy, like you can tell he just knows the game. He understands the game, so he's very slick about it. But you can tell like he cares. Like you can tell he's a really good guy.
Yeah.
And I really like talking to him. But every time he leaves, I always want to be like, hey, if you need another agent, let me know. I'll do it.
Man.
I wrote the Elks out once.
taking what 3% every contract or 5%
Yeah.
even. Oof.
Adds up quick.
It
Yeah.
does when you have a lot of clients.
Drew Rosenhaus,
Oh, that, like,
Yeah.
Rich Paul. Those
these
are
guys
obviously.
are just
Yeah.
millionaires, man. Billionaires.
Easy money.
Yeah, Rich Paul's married to Adele or engaged to Adele or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, some of the contracts, Drew, I would love to see them. Rick, can you do a real quick Google
Yeah.
search just as we're finishing up
Yeah.
here? Just the value that Drew Rosenhaus has
It's
negotiated,
got to be billions.
or just what he's taken home even from that.
Rich Paul as well.
At least
I'd like to
well
see
over
Rich Paul.
500 million. It's got to
Oh,
be
dude, billions in the billions for
His
sure.
net worth is 165 million. That's his net worth.
Thought it might be a bit higher.
Me too. Look at us both
Laughing at
plugs.
165 million. But how much? How much has he generated his clients?
That might be a little harder to find.
Yeah.
Over $7 billion.
Yeah, see, that's what I was
Having
saying.
negotiated over $7 billion.
Yeah, that
contracts.
sounds about right. What about Rich Paul? Because Rich is also in
That's
like a
even. It's gonna get. Drew's been at it longer.
yeah. I think Drew's will be higher, but Rich is
because of the NBA and the pay structure.
Yeah.
He'll be up there.
Is negotiated $5 to $6 billion.
yeah.
Already.
That sounds about right. Yeah, yeah,
NBA contract value.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Already. So when it's all said and done, that's gonna be.
dude. It's like the NBA money. I
Only
know
gets higher, man.
we talk
only
about it
going
every
up.
now and then. Like, dude,
Sickening.
yeah, dude. Wendy on his rookie deal, Cooper Flag on his rookie deal. I think he's making like pretty much as much as McDavid. Never touched an NBA court. Dylan Harper. I could ask. How many people we got in the city? Like 1.5 million. I could probably ask 1 million of them if they know who Dylan Harper is. They don't know. He's making 12.5 this year. Shout out Dylan Harper though. He's balling out. I like his game a lot.
Cooper went for 49 yesterday.
Cooper did go for 49 yesterday, man. How about the Oil? Dude, that is the toughest way to lose if you're the Sharks.
Yeah, that sucks.
4 minutes left. You think that game's over? All of a sudden.
They
That's a
sat back in
dangerous
that.
game to
They
play.
sat back in that third period though. They didn't have that same offensive push they had in that first two. That's kind of, I think, just the youth, the inexperience, and maybe a little bit of like, oh shit, who are we playing right now?
It's a dangerous game to play for the Oil.
Started so hot too, and Connor Ingram, he looked like after the third goal, he looked shell shocked with every shot. He was
Well, that
like,
first one was
wasn't
not
even on him.
Yeah, the first one is 3 bad giveaways.
yeah,
And then just there's nothing you can do. There's the rebound that goes off Bush. There's nothing you can do about that.
And then a
This-
breakaway.
the second goal was just nasty. It was just a nice finish.
Yeah, and
a
it's just
terrible
that,
change.
you know what, it is more on the giveaway at the red line
Yeah,
because that's
it
your
was.
defensive partner out there. That's the fresh D man.
It
He
was.
knows the other guy needs to come off. You get the puck between the red. If you get the puck that close to the red line, you know he's selling out to get off the ice. You know if you turn it over there's a good turnaround because of the swap, and they can't take a long swap just because you don't want to get too many men. That was 100% on Emerson. I know a lot of people are going to tell you that hey, it's a bad line change. That is on Emerson. You
was
need to get the
the
puck deep there to
turnover?
allow your guy to get off the ice.
First 2 goals were off turnovers. So
Yeah.
First 3-game win streak of the season.
Yeah, 10
How about
tries.
that? Then they got Minnesota, Toronto, and Calgary.
Yeah.
And the Ollies.
Minnesota or Toronto at the bottom of their
Jeez.
division.
Let me ask you guys one last thing as we finish up here. Would you guys change up the playoff format?
NHL.
They have before. They do this all the time. And I know people kind of get bummed out because we did 1 through 8 back in 06 when we went. And then they wanted to switch it up because that was too whatever it was that people got bummed out. Then okay, let's do the old school way, the Smythe, the Norris. Those are divisions back from the old days where you play your divisional guys 2 times first. Then they don't like that. You go back to 1 day. It's like the grocery store. Like when we grew up, there was paper bags and you go to plastic bags. Now we're back to paper bags again, and give it a couple more years, I'm sure we'll back to plastic bags. It's no one's happy long enough.
I think it's just like I look at the Central this year, and like I don't know, man. The fact that only one of Colorado, Dallas, and Minnie can be in the
Look at the AL East in baseball though. You got the Yankees, you got the Red Sox, you've got the Rays, you got the Jays, you got the
but, like-
Orioles. Like only one team gets to come out of there every year.
yeah, but
And
like,
the other team, luckily they put in an extra wild card now, but still, it's just a terrible division to be in. And then you go over to the NL West where you have like the Padres and stuff. I remember when someone came out of there with a 500 record.
yeah,
I like a 1 through 8 personally.
yeah, like a 1 through 8. I don't know. It just don't sit right with me. They're like one of those 3 teams. One has to be out in the first round. One has to be out in the second round. One has to go out in the conference, or I guess conference finals. No, sorry, but
Yeah, but we've seen 1 versus 8 where the 8 knocks off 1 anyways.
yeah, no, and like obviously Boston had that record-setting season a couple years back, and they went out in the first
And
round,
Columbus
so
beat them 4-0.
Columbus,
Yeah.
swept.
smoked
Yeah.
them.
Was it Boston? No, that was Tampa. Didn't Columbus sweep Tampa?
Yeah, maybe it was Tampa.
But
Yeah.
Boston won the Presidents and set the record and went out first round. I forget
That's
who
like
they
Colorado
lost.
right now. Colorado's been hot out of the gates, and everyone pretty much gave them the Stanley Cup at around Christmas time, and now they've lost 2 or 3 in a row.
Let me get you guys' Stanley Cup Finals predictions right now before we get out of here.
Oh.
Preseason, I had Edmonton over Carolina.
I'll go Edmonton, Tampa Bay.
Tampa, Colorado.
Yeah, I'd say Tampa, Colorado.
For the gambling folk out there, though, and I've put this on every other show I think I can talk about on. The other day, Bouchard, plus 3,300 for the Norse. Now he's down to plus 3,000.
Yeah,
It pretty much goes to the defenseman with the highest points, right? So if he gets
probably
he's
gonna
leading right now.
dude. Honestly, not to like turn this into a hockey show, but like
Just it's turned.
just what Werenski does in Columbus with no one else. Like I think he'd have I think Cale Makar's the best defenseman, but what Werenski's
But
doing
it is a points race.
Yeah. So, I mean, if Bouchard finishes with, say, 7 or 8 points more than the next guy, I think he has to almost be given
for
it.
Sure. For
But
sure.
I don't know, man. I don't know if it's locked in.
He's got.
I'm
11
serious,
in the
man.
But it is like a points thing, right? So if he gets
No,
to
I
100 points, it's going to be really hard not to give it to him because I think almost every defenseman who's ever hit 100
Yeah.
gets the Norris. It's like an automatic thing.
If he gets 100, yeah.
And he was on pace for
like,
97. And I think that might have been before the 6-point game.
But
Like, I don't know what the math right now, but he's got to be on pace for just about 100, if not more.
If he gets like 90 and Werenski gets 85, you think they would give it to Bush over
Yeah, his defensive game is coming along, man.
If you look
That's
at the
the
defensive
thing.
metrics out there, he's actually really good.
Yeah, he is.
No, I'm
People
not
people focus on the.
and he hasn't had those turnovers.
No, I know, but people remember October 11th. He
Yeah,
did it there.
November-
Well,
November
guess what?
was bad.
McCarr does it too.
No, yeah, like
was
I'm
bad.
not out on Bush. I like Bush as a player. I'm just saying, like,
I
I
think
just
it's the rest of the league,
I've
the rest of
been
the world that
very,
doesn't like him.
even-tempered
Mhm.
and moderate with Bush.
Here's
you
what he
know?
is.
You have to be.
Like I always have said, I want my defenseman to be a defenseman first, and the
Yeah.
points, whatever. But he's got to respect his game that he's.
Yeah, when he's
laying
capable
out
of
right
putting
now.
up 100
He's playing
points,
solid right
go.
now, and that's not even looking at the offensive outpour.
What are the power play points for Bush and Werenski?
That's a good question. I know Bush, like, I mean, that's people like to want to take it against him, but when you're a part of the greatest power play out there, I don't know how that's a bad thing. And it's not like he's a power play merchant or even out there because of Connor or Leon. He does his own thing out there. Like, it's massive what he does.
Yeah.
Like, some people just, I don't know why they do it, but it's they almost like take credit away for what he does.
I want to get these power play. The other thing, Hart, man. Like, I know Cooch is like.
So Werenski has 14 power play points in 48 games, and Bush has 19
in what, 50?
in his first 50.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, I don't know. I just think it'll be narrative driven. Like, and right or wrong, agree or disagree. I think there are going to be a lot of writers out there who are like, you know, McDavid and Draisaitl versus like who's,
Of course.
you know,
Nate McKinnon.
yeah, dude, I'm giving it to I'm not giving it to McCarr. I'm giving it to
If you go over to Columbus, there, I understand that part.
Yeah, but I hear what you're saying for sure. Like Kale, obviously with Nate is like, and I like Bush too. Like I'm glad we're all Bush guys. There aren't enough Bush guys out
He's
there.
growing on me a lot. He really is. I was hard on him.
He's got
I've been
59
hard on
points. Werenski has 57. McCarr has 56. And he's all the way down into like 5th or 6th in ranking for on 365 to the point of plus
Really?
3,000.
No, I'm definitely gonna place that.
And he
bet.
leads this team in minutes.
Rick, let's make no mistake. I'm definitely gonna place that bet the second we get out of here.
As you should.
But wait, so he's 5th in odds?
Yeah,
Who are
something
the-
like that.
Who are the top 4?
You would have obviously the two that we are just talking about with
Yeah.
Werenski and
Kale.
McCarr,
So there's
and
3.
you have, I believe, Lane Hudson is up there.
I like his game
else?
too, but that's come on now.
I mean, Lane Hudson, I think, is just the he's the darling right
Is like
now. He's the
Darren
fun one
Radish
to-
in there or
He's
something?
the fun one to watch. So you have McCarr, Werenski, Lane Hudson, and then Bush, and then Mo Sider is a little bit behind Bush. So Bush is now 4th.
Yeah, plus 3,000. Like you got to hammer that for sure.
Yeah.
Good money.
You got to hammer that.
Good money.
I like that. All right. I guess anything else you guys want to leave with? Great conversation with Brock. Elks 101. We're gonna talk Jared. We're gonna talk
Big
Austin.
football
We're gonna
day Monday.
big football day Monday.
Straightforward
I'm gonna have to learn the
contract.
game in a weekend. I'm looking forward to it. Should be fun.
Austin,
All right.
It's gonna be big.
Dope. Okay. Thank you guys so much for listening. Talk to you on Monday. Love you guys.